You have some explaining to do, Augustus. I remember you raising a little paper that said 3-1 Paris against Fenerbahce.
I
But
did.
what we saw was 3-0 Fenerbahce. Even though, like we were just talking about Olympiacos, it's hard to close out that game. Game 3, close out the series. They were struggling. It was a tough fight from Paris, but their fairy tale is over, I guess.
Look, guys, and I know nobody will listen to this. I'm sure no one who are DMing me right now on Twitter or Instagram saying that stop hating on Fener. I don't hate Fener, guys. I'm actually happy they won. I'm happy for Sharas. Another Final Four for him. I'm sad for Paris at the same time, because I made that prediction, and it was not my prediction. It was actually what I wanted to see, and I explained that. Heart over height. There wasn't much logic behind that pick. It was like I just wanted Paris, the story to continue. But anyway, I don't care about that. Happy that Fener won. Happy that Sharas is again in the Final Four. I was super impressed of how Sharas prepared his team for this series. Every little detail was calculated, and he showed once again that when it comes to playing a series against a certain opponent, he will know every little detail you do. He will prepare his team to play against the weaknesses, to use the strengths of his team, and they did it perfectly. And they limited the Paris' fast game by playing super aggressive defense, by switching a lot. They were all over the offensive glass, partly because they were just taller in the series. That's what we were also talking before. 10 offensive rebounds tonight, and they simply had a better team, a way better team. So I'm not surprised my pick did not go through. We saw it today. I mean, Nigel Hayes-Davis, another great performance. Marko Guduric played well today. Wade Baldwin played pretty well in games 1 and 2. Today, he was not that great. But, it doesn't really matter. He had 6 assists. I thought he could have had way more. But what I wanted to say is, like, Tariq Biberovic, to have guys like him waiting there on closeout situations, taking advantage of, Paris's defense. They packed the paint. Fenerbahce moved the ball pretty fast, very fast, actually, around the perimeter. And when you have guys like Hayes-Davis or Biberovic being able to shoot threes or drive closer and finish the play, closer to the rim, that's the level of the team we're talking about. And I want 21 points, and he had 5 straight in the overtime. 1 huge three-pointer, and then 1 huge isolation play, just step back to the left. It kind of went even over the side of the backboard. That shot was incredible. And then Fener got, a little help from the referee. They didn't need that help, actually, but it just happened, and the overtime was, finished like that.
I wanted to ask you about something in terms of what was the key factor in this series, because I see 90 points on average conceded by Paris basketball. So that second game, for example, I saw crazy shot making from Fenerbahce. I also have seen in this series crazy bad shooting from Paris. So which was more important, that Paris didn't make their three-pointers, or that Fenerbahce was just unstoppable offensively? What do you think?
I think Fener did good job, let's say, forcing Paris to some shots they maybe did not want to take. I mean, we saw how they defended TJ Shorts. They were forcing him to shoot threes. He was 1 of 7 today. Again, 29 points, 4 assists, but he needed 26 shots to get there. And a lot of attention was that, we're forcing TJ Shorts to shoot. We're kind of limiting his drives, his creation. And that what was working. At the same time, I agree with you. Paris missed a lot of threes in this series. 8 of 30 in game 3, only 27%, and so many open shots were missed tonight. So it was kind of like a very small what if moment if they could have been on a nicer, rhythm in this series. But at the same time, Fener was just a better team. Even today, when Paris had chances, they closed them out. They moved the ball incredibly well. And, in every department, they were better. Offensive rebounds, aggressive defense, closeout defense, ATO plays from Sharas once again were phenomenal.
Augustas, our friends from Trace and Chase are back with some crazy nice hobby box, which contains 1 autographed card, also 12 base parallel cards, 4 Optichrome cards, and most importantly, this season's edition 2024-25 cards. So I'm very excited to see what I can pick out. And if you guys want to collect these tradable cards made by Panini, make sure to check out traceandchase.com and use our code BasketNews5.
Exactly. I thought you're not going to mention our code,
So what do you have for me?
I have 12 cards, right?
Yeah.
In this pack, and you have to choose 5. And be careful, my friend.
I only can pick on the spot, and if I don't take it, I don't take it. Okay, let's go. Let's do a starting
are starting with reigning freeze card Drew Nicholas, Panathinaikos.
And it shines so nicely. You know what I mean?
It is. Season 2-9, 2-10, press proof.
Legends don't come very often. I'll take Drew Nicholas.
Okay, fair start. The second one is Partizan team logo.
Okay, so just because I need to keep my image clean, I won't take one of the Serbian team's logos as one of my cards.
If you take this card, then,
it's over. It's over.
Oh,
I can't sit on the fence anymore.
Unleashed Luka Doncic card.
Get in, Luka, get in. This is the nicest card so far we packed out of the 4.
Yeah, look the dragon.
That's amazing.
Looks
Let's go.
Super nice.
So far, I like it.
Wow, bro, you're getting luck.
What's next?
This season's Marvel Sergio Yui card.
Marvel. But you know what? I'm going to shock you, and I'm not taking Sergio Yui.
Yeah, because you're a Partizan fan.
No, because I think
and you don't like him.
there's autographed cards that are coming.
Talking about autographed cards, Jonas Mochulis autograph from the 2008-2009 season Dominators.
Well, I have to take him because it's the only autographed card.
And it's
also
Žalgiris Kaunas.
Jonas is a nice guy. Let's go.
Isn't it the second time you get the autograph card?
I don't think so.
It's not fair.
Let's go.
Sophocles Kortsenidis.
Oh, man. Why are these cards all nice?
Legend card, too.
But it's from Maccabi.
It's from Maccabi.
I would rather have the Piraeus one. You know what? I'll
give
it a skip. I'll give it a skip. Yeah, he did, actually. But let's see what else is coming.
I want to know what the people in the comments think about this. Lorenzo Brown, this season.
I'll skip this one as well.
All right. Yusuf Afal, this season.
I'll skip this one as well.
Okay, fair.
Oh my God, I'm leaving myself with few options.
Another Luka Doncic card in the same box.
No duplicates. It's a different one.
It's a different one. Season 17-18. It's a legend card. Optic card as well.
You see I'm being patient.
Sergio Yui. You skipped him once. You got to skip him twice.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Come on, man. That's not fair. Mike James.
Mike
James.
And let's finish that team with 2 Lucas, one top scorer, and 2 legends.
I mean, you picked it amazingly. Moses Wright is the last card. Guys,
I think it's a clean sweep. I cooked.
I think, yeah.
But if you wanna cook in this EuroLeague tradable cards game, make sure to go to traceandchase.com and use our code. What is it?
BasketNews5. And these cards definitely look amazing, guys. Check them out.
I'll give you some stats on that 3-point shooting from Paris. So in total, they shot 28% throughout the 3 games.
Wow.
That is 25 threes made out of 89. First game, it was 11. So that was the best result they had. The second game, 6 of 26. This game, as you mentioned, 8 of 30. So yeah, that was something I also noticed, that they just let him shoot and I guess expose them in a way,
Yeah.
How other teams couldn't. And
how many percentage was that? 28 for the series?
Yeah.
They were 35% during the regular season. It wasn't great, 13th place in the EuroLeague, but I mean 28 and 35. It's a pretty big difference in a 3-game series where 2 games were decided basically by a couple of possessions. I mean, today it goes to overtime. Game 1, Baldwin makes a shot with like 20 seconds remaining, +5. That closes the game. So it was basically also 2-possession game. But yeah, Fener by far the better team. Do you see them
as the most solid team that already obviously got into the Final Four? But out of all the playoff teams, did they just have the weakest opponent in front of them, or were they the most solid team and the most dangerous right now looking at them?
I would say, Barca are not looking really great. But yeah, Barca and Paris were probably the 2 of the weakest teams out of 8. Paris, in a way, because they lacked Moldalov for the first 2 games. And, they're not a deep team. They have the 17th budget in the EuroLeague. So it's actually a miracle they were even in the quarterfinal. But missing Moldalov for the first 2 games were huge. All the attention is on TJ Shorts and Nadir Heafy. They had to play so much. Tyson Ward did his part, played well, but just not enough depth. And on the other hand, on the other side, we're talking about Tarik Biberovic, who's making a huge X factor in this series, and he's not having even to create shots. He did some, but, he's mostly playing in closeouts, after timeout plays, set plays from shooters. And you have so many different players where they can hurt you. So I think Fener has a real chance of winning this season. Like, really. I even remember, like, last summer when they signed Baldwin, I was like, this might be probably the best chance for shooters to win EuroLeague title. Because not only Shouters' team always has great defense, but now finally they have Hayes Davis, but they also have guards that can put you, that can make you survive in 1 game, elimination game in the EuroLeague Final Four. You need that. You need the free roaming creation. And in the Final Four, you can't rely just on tactics, because sometimes it gets out of hand. Sometimes it's all about the momentum. Sometimes it's just about players making big shots. And, now you have not only Hayes Davis, you have Baldwin, you have Guduric, you have Tarik Biberovic. I think Shouters has the most weapons he has had. I would say it like this.
The reason I asked was because obviously before these playoff series, I was thinking, so it's clear Olympiacos, Panathinaikos, they are the 2 sort of favorites in the Final Four if they make it there. And Fenerbahce was seen as that probably third team, not the 4th team, because Monaco we weren't very solid on as well. But now that's why I was asking, because, going into the Final Four with 3-0 and going into the Final Four, we'll see for the Greek teams whether it's going to be 3-1 or it'll be a 3-2 or they won't make it. We don't know. That's why I wanted to ask you about that, because I feel like even though, everything's going to be decided in 1 game and all that, it's sort of a psychological advantage I could see there. Of course, it's all happening in 3 weeks time? So it really might not matter at that point.
It's far away.
It might not matter at that point.
But funny thing, and I'm not trying to make friends again with Fenerbahce fans. I don't really care. But, they probably just saw the social media post of me saying 1 free one for Paris. But in the Final Four, what I'm seeing, how all the teams have played throughout the regular season, I'm probably picking Fener to win. Okay. I'm probably picking Fener to win because they have everything. They have great defense. Like I mentioned before, they have solid options in the offense. So many different lineups, so many different tactical things that Charas can adjust. He knows how to prepare the team for 1 game. And finally, he has, options on the perimeter that he was lacking in the last couple of years. So it's funny that I picked Paris in 4 in this series, but it was more of a, let's say, it wasn't a logical choice. It was just of what I wanted to see happen. But now I'm thinking really that Fener can win it all.
Now I'm trying to see how was Fener doing against these top 4 teams. So they lost actually both times to Panathinaikos, and they won both times against Olympiacos. Now thinking about
Monaco.
Yeah, Monaco is also there. If we're assuming also Monaco goes through, they lost against Monaco both times as well. So their only favorable matchup, which they won't get in the semifinal anyways, would be theoretically Olympiacos, but this is regular season, and I guess we shouldn't look into that too deeply. So yeah, I guess that's all. Fener has their tickets, and we can't wait to see them in the Final Four.
And I already saw some videos, Charas, I think, in the jacuzzi, Hayes Davis, all the players trying to...
If anyone knows how to celebrate a win, that's Šarūnas Jasikevičius.
Oh my God. Yeah. It will be a fun night in Paris or in Istanbul if they're going back. I don't know.
And a long second day that they'll wait to be over.
Let's put it that way. Huh?
Yeah.